Well then, hello and welcome back. So this is still day 1, though it couldn't be considered as part 2, where we're just gonna continue off with this thing. This is recorded right after the first one that you guys already saw, 34 minutes. Once I saw it, I was like, holy shoot, I was talking for that long? It felt like only 10 minutes. There's just so much to talk about. Oh man. So here we are. We're doing the training missions. And holy shoot, you know that there's like actually quite a few ways that you can optimize the training missions, but nobody really knows. You'll see in TR16, which hopefully I'll be able to get to today, and stuff like that. But anyway. So then it's like, wait, what is this one next again? It's like, holy shoot. I don't know what I should say. There's nothing much to talk. I felt like I talked about everything back there in the first recording. There's just, I should have spreaded it out a little bit more. But it really does. It really is just absolutely amazing sometimes. Well, anyhow, I guess we'll find a new topic to talk about. For example, did you know there's a lot of mechanics in Arknights that a lot of people tend to overlook. For example, did you know that there's weight values in Arknights? So you know like how Ch0 pushes and stuff like that? How feeder pushes and how you can stack the push together along with yoinking? And how that makes the enemies just go far, far away? Well, there's actually a formula for that, and it actually calculates based on the weight and the push values that your operators have. So then you can stack up. They want me to bring AoE casters. Let's see. Amiya, please sit this one up for a bit. So then they have weight values which are actually calculated pretty accurately. And there's also like this little funky thing with how the enemies are placed and how hitboxes are formed in Arknights. There's just so many things that we can talk about. Holy shit, now that I notice. And back onto the topic of weight. So then weight is actually a formula of what do you call it? It's not linear, but it's exponential. So if you stack two pushes together, you'll see that the enemy goes really, really far if they're able to be pushed, which is what you see a lot in the Bully Crown Slayer videos with Feeder and Ch0 pushing them all together at the same time. Alright, we're just gonna stall for as long as we can and get out a AoE. Hopefully this one doesn't leak. Nope, we're fine. And then it's like these little things. It's like AoE. There's also fake AoE versus true AoE. Whereas when the operator lifts their hand and selects a target, they're actually selecting how many targets they'll hit at one time, which is the case of what Spectre does. For example, as she does her ready attack movement, which is this thing right over here, she's actually choosing how many enemies am I going to hit at this exact moment, I believe. I'm not too sure on this actually. I still need to do a lot more reading into stuff like this and the resources that it brings. But holy shoot, Spectre is holding that place down. Top lane has a little bit of issue though. Place down that, place down a healer, call it a day. Anyhow, back on the topic. So then, there's like all of these little mechanics that you never knew. Maybe from bugs, maybe from actual intentional design of the game. And it's just, sometimes you just wonder, how is this game a freaking mobile game? But at the same time, it's iffiness sometimes. It's like, yeah, this is a freaking gotcha, yeah. Oh man. Absolutely. Scuffed and amazing at the same time. So right now we're just blowing through, we're just clearing through the maps, getting that Originites Prime and trying to get that level. So the thing that I want to go into as soon as possible is unlock the supply mission, for sure. Unlock the supply mission and try to clear as far as I can. And then basically, I'll just be farming that all day long during the whole duration of this month. Also, there's another thing that's pretty fun to watch. That's going to be pretty fun to see, which is the clearing of Code of Brawl, the event Code of Brawl for this account. It's like, it's free materials, you get RMA and stuff like that. In hindsight, I should have used 12F instead of this. That would have been a better choice. But hopefully it'll be fine with 12F over here now. A little bit dicey, but it looks like we're going to live. Famous last words said. Hopefully not. We can probably swap this out for Spectre. Yes, nice. A few more casters would have been preferable, but I guess that's out of the question now. Let me focus a little bit because it does seem like it's a little bit precarious. Yes. No. Please, no. Don't do this to me. Thank you. So I guess the problem was me not bringing enough casters, because as you can see now, 12F is kind of struggling. Hopefully this will do the trick. Where was I? Yeah. The topic of Code of Brawl for this account. I wonder how far will I get? Code of Brawl is going to start in what, 2 days? And this account is definitely not ready to clear the EX stages, but I'll try. Probably I'll fail miserably or fail magnificently, but we'll see. Ah, gosh. Just pain. Missions. Oh yeah, we'll definitely be doing this for sure. Now, the weird thing I find is that if you think about it, at least in Dark Knights, if you think about it, the story actually isn't that important. Now, I'm sure some of you have seen my week 1 Arknights guide, right? And in that one, I recommend you for week 1 to clear up to 3-4 and try to clear as much as Longmen Annihilation as possible, which I will try to follow. But that was for general how should I say this? General progression. But in this case of CC, as I said before in the previous video or recording, the base is a huge question mark of whether or not it'll be worth. So then, the reason why you want to rush 3-4 is because you unlock the last piece to build level 5 or level 4 base. I can't remember off the top of my head anymore. Raise operator level to 20. Okay, let's do that right now. So then, I don't need to get to 3-4. Sorry, 3-8. Because I don't need to build the base up to that high, I think. Math needs to be mathed out and stuff like that, but we'll see. So then, I have the extra resources from not clearing those chapters 3 and potentially chapter 2 missions to go into the CE. Of course, well, now that I think of it, it's not that huge of an increase. But I guess every little thing matters. Also, we need to raise somebody up to E2 level 20. I know I'll be using Telopsis for sure, so let's raise her right now. Having a good healer early game does allow you to do some stupid stuff. Let's see, level 2, we'll just keep on going. Pushing forward. And then, before I get off topic. So then, Code of Brawl, definitely something we'll be looking forward to. But anyhow, I feel really funny for saying this, but I actually think that it's a good idea to go through the training missions again. Well, at least some of them. Like, for example, this one, it goes without saying, push the skills when you need them. But there are a few that you might want to take a closer look at. For example, in the stage which teaches you on how to use and bait beagles and save Jessica with the attack order and deploy order stuff, that's going to be used a lot in CC. Well, okay, I don't necessarily mean go back and clear the TR stages. I mean, like, try to start thinking about, like, actively thinking about doing the stuff that the training missions teaches you. Of course, a lot of the stuff is already, like, ingrained in your brain, probably ingrained in your subconscious or something, like how, like, I'll just deploy my defenders last to save my range units. But sometimes you actually want to do the opposite instead. For example, in the Wolf Rush stage, if you've seen the video, you'll know that there's an AoE mage that patrols around the stage. Now, in this case, instead of placing your defenders last, you can place down a supporter, which, upon E2, a lot of the supporters have 25 magic resistance, one of the highest in the games, whereas casters have 20 magic resistance, which is already pretty good, too. But, that aside, you actually might want to place down your defender and then place down your caster or your support to bait the shots away from that AoE mage. And then, it's like these little things will allow you to have an edge in the game, because of course, as a saying that I made up a few days ago, it's less about the stat, but more about the strategy, up to a certain extent. Of course, you can't do stuff if you don't have the levels, but sometimes the strategies do allow you to make up for those levels. I should probably put 12F over there and put somebody like a sniper over here. Hopefully this doesn't backfire on me, because I'm depending on the fact that there I needed a healer. Oh, goodbye! Have a nice day! Alright, that's scuffed. Let's retry this again. See, no, that was the bad call. It's like experimentation at best. Sometimes you're like, okay, let me pre-plan ahead, and you plan too far ahead, and the actual issue is with your starting and stuff like that. It's like we still failed. Can't believe this. Imagine failing on 0-10, am I right? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's do this again. So then, the stuff, back onto the topic. The stuff on the, I guess, the training missions. For example, if there was somebody like a sniper over here, I could effectively not deploy a healer because... One second. I'm thinking about the next step to do because it seems like she's gonna die soon. Nope. Nope. Goodbye! Yep. Alright. Fuck it, I need a plume. Oh, I can't believe I'm getting cooked on this stage. Oh, what is this? What is this? What is this absolute? Maybe it's because I was trying to deploy Telopsis and not somebody like Hibiscus because she's cheaper to deploy. Anyhow, probably want somebody else then. Plume Fang combo, let's go. Anyhow, as you can see, I am failing hard. What am I? Are you gonna even listen to me at this point? But yeah, the little things that you can do. For example, you can completely bait the range enemies onto one operator. For example, I placed all of my front line, and then I placed this one operator last. Now, what I could also do is to make the enemy do something like a staggered hit. So then I increase the effective HP of my operators, so to speak. There we go. So, let's say for example there's a ranged enemy coming through here. If I place my operator in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what the enemy might do... Sorry, if the enemy was going through here, this is a better example over here at the bottom left. If I place my operators in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what the enemy most likely will do is... Let me place this down really quick. Is attack this one operator, and then attack the other operator, and then go down the lane as it nears the operators as I deploy them. So then what I do is that I make a buffer of sorts. For example, so that I have more effective HP. For most likely this is used in the case that I have an AoE operator, so that, for example, they hit 1, 2, and 3, I just use 1 heal to heal it all up, efficiency at its best. But for example, if I had somebody like a single target operator, then I might consider focusing the damage on one operator, because single hero operators are stronger in that situation. And stuff like that. Let's get out our DPS. I don't have enough DPS, what the hell? Oh, they're all over there. Oh well, we'll see how it goes. It should be fine. More healers, just in case. Thankfully there's nobody that's ranged, so these two guys are fairly safe. That's another thing. If there's nobody to hit them, if there's no enemies to hit them, then your operators are perfectly safe. Let me retreat you really quick. So then it's like these micromanagey things that you sometimes you just do without noticing yourself. You can try and make an effort to notice them and actively try to do them. Of course, this requires you to have a bit of knowledge on what you're doing, other than just like placing down operators and see if it works. Sometimes you just kind of need to know, like, wait, what were they talking about? I wasn't reading. Clicking through stuff and just not listening. Imagine playing the game on... Oh, I unlocked the stages! Nice! Alright, I guess now's a good time to stop and go for the next video then. Clickety clickety, I'll see you next video.